the Master Passive Income Podcast, where we talk about investing in real estate rental properties with a special focus on making enough money so you can quit your job and live the dream life. And now, here is your host, Dustin Heiner.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dustin Heiner with the Master Passive Income coming at you with another special podcast episode. Now, I didn't think I was going to do this because I already did the coronavirus one, but then I saw the stock market literally tanking like day after day, and Disney is now closing up shop for, I don't know, 2 weeks. Schools are going on break, or they're closing down for a month to 2 months. Basically, kids are going to get a 6-month pass or 6-month summer school, summer break, summer vacation. Now, families like mine who homeschool are like, hey, everybody, welcome to the party. We're homeschooling. Hopefully the kids are still going to get education. More than likely, they're going to have a lot of fun playing on their iPads and stuff. But what is going right now is just so crazy. Now, here's just me. Now, I'm the type of person, if somebody tells me something to do, like you must do this, it's just in me to do the opposite. I don't know why. It's just how I am. But what is interesting is I'm kind of getting a sense that all this stuff about the coronavirus and businesses closing and things like that, I think it's going to blow over really, really quick. Not necessarily like quick, like, today or tomorrow. Within 2, 3, 4 weeks, once people start realizing that, hey, well, number one, everything that the government has been telling us to do, or we have been doing to ourselves, like self-quarantining and, protecting ourselves from getting or spreading the disease, is really, really good. And so hopefully when something like this happens in the future, where there's another virus that comes out, that people are going to realize, hey, this is what we need to do. Don't go crazy. Don't be stupid and start saying it's the end of the world, or you do the opposite and you literally spread the germs around. No, just like if you have a flu and you are somebody who is just a normal employee, or if you take your kids to daycare or whatever, if you're sick, just stay home. I mean, my goodness, how hard is that? Just stay home. But obviously the hard thing right now is that there's like a 2-week gestation period. I think that's what they call it, like a period where the virus is just lying dormant. And so you wait for a little while, and then the symptoms start coming out. But along with that, I started thinking, with the stock market going so crazy, I am so glad that I literally cashed out all but, I don't know, like $10,000. I think I have $10,000 inside of a retirement account back in my old job. And it's just sitting there. It's really not doing much for me, and I don't mind it. It's just sitting there. I probably should pull it out, but I just kind of forgot about it. And then I'm realizing, oh man, I have a little bit of money in the stock market. And with it going as crazy, up, down, on top of that, the Federal Reserve just lowered interest rates. Now, what that means, and I get emails from my coaching students saying, hey, Dustin, with the interest rates going lower, what's that going to do to mortgages? Well, here's what that's very, very interesting. The interest rate that's being dropped right now by the Federal Reserve, what that is, it's basically money borrowing back and forth between banks. So that doesn't necessarily equate to mortgage rates dropping, but it will eventually. It has to. It just eventually affects our mortgages. Now, as banks borrow money back and forth from each other, if they're only making, like it was really low before, is 1.25% interest. Now they've just lowered to 0.25. That's like, let me just give you money. So, as investors, seeing everything that's going on, from the market being crazy to mortgage interest rates being much lower, and the Fed is also going to be buying bonds and securities, and they're going to be making money. Don't get me started on the Federal Reserve. It's basically just it's not even a government agency. It's literally a bunch of banks that control our monetary system, our money, control our money. I'm not a big fan, or actually, no, I'm actually against the Federal Reserve. If you do any research on the Federal Reserve, like the history of it, how they passed it, like on, they created it on an island off, I can't remember exactly what it was. But anyways, a bunch of bankers got together and say, how can we control America? Anyways, it's really, really, it's not my favorite at all, but we have it. And so until we actually get rid of it, which would be fantastic if we could, but more than likely it's going to take a huge, crazy thing to get rid of them. But so what's going on with them right now is they are now cutting interest rates. That will eventually trickle down to our mortgages, which for us as investors, we love that. That's more money in our pocket, because if we're paying less in interest, we are not having all that money coming out of our pocket. Hopefully we're locking in maybe a 20 or 30-year note at a really low interest. At one time when they cut these back, 6 years ago, they cut it really low. I got one house and I've since sold it. So I made like $150,000 on selling that property. But I had a 2.5% interest rate. That's literally doesn't even keep up with the cost of inflation. And so I sold it because I was going to make $150,000. Long story short, if you are getting a mortgage right now, I'm not saying wait. I'm just saying that you have a really good interest rate right now, most likely, but it's also going to come where mortgage rates are going to come in the future where they might be a little lower than they are now, but they can't go too much lower. I think, 2.5% was a crazy low interest rate. You potentially could get there. So what you want to do is want to be on the lookout. Always be shopping for mortgages, always be shopping around, getting different mortgage companies, having other mortgage brokers looking for mortgages for you. Now, on top of that, when you're thinking about the stock market and everything that it's doing, now I have a lot of people that want to invest their 401k and they want to either pull their money out and invest in real estate, which I love. That's what I did. Or they can do a solo 401k. So basically what I'm saying is your most stable investment is going to be your real estate. And if you remember, I've talked about this all the time, like literally all the time. Stocks, they only make you money in one of two ways. One, appreciation, where the value goes up, or two, you get a little dividend where the company gives you a portion of, how many shares you own divided by how many shares there are, and then how much money they made in that quarter. That's how much money you get. So if you own one share of a company gives you a dividend, you might get like 20 cents. So you have to own a lot of shares in order to get more money. So those are two ways that you make money in stocks. Now, I know there's a couple other ways that you could potentially, but those are the easy ways. But in real estate, this is the easy way to make money 6 different ways. On top of that, and I'll give you that in just a second, but on top of that, real estate moves so slow. It moves so slow where the stock market, literally in one day, your company could go bankrupt and then all your money is gone. In real estate, it's not like that. You own something tangible, which is absolutely much more valuable than a piece of paper in a certain company. So number one, it moves very, very slow. Number two, you can see things coming. You can see, hey, interest rates are going up. And when interest rates go up, prices come back down because people can't afford a high interest rate and a high purchase price on a house, on a high mortgage. So prices necessarily come down. So that's another thing. So you can see things coming. It's a lot better than stocks. Another one is how we invest for cash flow. We invest for making money every single month. And this gets into the 6 ways that you make money in real estate. On top of being as secure as you possibly can be, unless the government literally takes everything from you, which is absolutely possible. The government absolutely could do that. That'd be horrible if they did. But your investment in real estate is secure. It's in land. And there's going to take huge acts in order for that to go away, where you can't own land. But right now, it's absolutely the best place to put it. But the first way that we make money investing in real estate is cash flow. So if you remember back in 2006, 2007, 2008, before the crash, it was great. Everybody's like, hey, let's keep buying properties. Hey, let's keep, spend $800,000 on his house that should be worth $200,000. And they're just buying up property after property, getting mortgages. Well, eventually it crashed. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are great properties that are still out there that you can buy and make good cash flow. And I bought my first property, I think I bought in 2006 or 2007, and before the crash. And I bought many more properties right around that time before it crashed. But here's the great thing. Even though the market crashed, I was still making $250 or more on each one of those properties. And I still own those properties. And I made $250 every single month from that one property when I first bought it, every single month since then. And so that's passive income that you're going to be making no matter if the price just crashes. If you buy a stock and the price crashes to $1 or 50 cents, you literally lost all that money. it's literally gone. Only gone if you sell it. Obviously, it's on paper. But if it goes back up, and you have the fortitude to stick with it, then absolutely, what's going to happen is it's going to come back. It might come back up. But with real estate, you have passive income. You have the tenants paying you rent, and that money coming in is your passive income. So from there, you also make money when you buy the property. The equity that you buy, or the equity that you get when you buy the property. See, if you buy a house for $100,000, but it's worth $120,000, that's $20,000 in equity you just captured. It's going to be really, really crazy hard to buy a stock and get equity right in a stock right when you buy it. It's really almost impossible to do that. Another way is you also get forced appreciation. If you put money into the property, let's say you put $5,000 into that same property, it was worth $120,000. You put $5,000 into it, so you're into it $105,000. Hopefully the numbers make sense to you. And with that $5,000 extra, you raise up the value $15,000 more, so it's now worth $135,000. So now you have $30,000 in equity from purchasing it right, fixing it up, forcing the appreciation up. So you have $30,000 in equity. What I've done in the past is I then refinance, pull that cash out, and buy another property. Now, another great way is regular market appreciation. Now, obviously, when the market goes down, then it goes down, but we don't sell it. We don't sell it when it goes down because we're still making money every single month on those properties. Now, with the craziness and the volatility of the stock market, hopefully you're starting to realize, man, this passive income thing, this real estate thing, like, this is the way to go. I'm still going to make money. I'm still going to be able to provide for my family. I'm going to also be able to not leave my house and still make money. With the stock market, you're not going to be able to do that. If it goes down, you've lost your money if you sell right then and there. What if you need that money? I'm talking to my dad. I've mentioned this back a couple episodes ago. I'm talking to my dad who's 70 years old, and he's, I could ride out this next economic cycle of, dropping, cutting in half all of his stocks. And I said, Dad, you're 70 years old. And when you're like 75 or 80, you might need that money. And then it's down, and then you sell it when it's down and you lost all that money you just made. So another thing about stocks is, you're almost forced to sell it when you need that money. With rental properties, you literally don't need to sell it because you're making money. Now, imagine if you had 10 properties making $250 a month. That's $2,500 a month in income. Doesn't that sound amazing? Also, if you have 20 properties, that's $5,000 a month. If you have 30 properties, that's $7,500 a month in passive income. If you just get that, I have students buying right now that are making $350, $450 a month on each property because they're buying right. They're using the Master Passive Income business system to also be able to find good properties, buy them, and make money every single month. So this is what I want for you. Also, another great way, two other great ways are tax benefits. There are amazing tax benefits when it comes to owning real estate. I'm not going to get into all those, but literally you save yourself loads and loads of money in taxes having rental properties. On top of that, you also get a mortgage buy down. And that is when your tenants pay you money, and then you take that money and then you pay off that mortgage. So you paid a down payment, but then the tenant pays off the rest of the balance of that property that you bought, as well as the interest on top of that. It's just super amazing. And so all these different 6 ways, you are going to be making money. Now, what's amazing is now with the stock market crashing, it's now the best time. Right now is the best time as any to invest in real estate. I know you might be thinking, hey, the market's really high. Well, yes, I know it's really high, but there are certain areas that it's not, that you're going to be making great passive income. And people say, well, if there's a crash, there's bad things going on in the market. How are rents going to go down? Like, well, what happens is when the market goes down, people lose their homes, which is sadly, the mortgages, they can't pay the mortgage, they get foreclosed on, but that increases the pool of renters. There's more demand for your rental property. That means your prices probably won't go down very much. People always need a place to live. So what I'm telling you is this is absolutely the right time for you to start investing. Now, investing the right way. Don't just go out and buy a property and say, yay, I'm going to make money. No, you're probably going to do it wrong. In fact, I love buying properties from people who do that, who do it wrong. I have basically figured out how to make sure I make money every single month from my passive income, and I have other people doing the work for you. Now, what I want to tell you right now is that I have been working really, really hard to get you the opportunity to work with me in coaching, but also getting you loads and loads of new, fresh content or courses or teaching to get you to invest in real estate, as well as getting you a community of other investors working together. Everything together, I've been working really, really hard to make it as low of a price as possible. So what I've done is I've created a membership opportunity for you. And this membership opportunity, I'm going to release in the next week. So be watching out for another special episode. I just had to release this one because the stock market is literally stupid. And so, literally stupid right now, going up, down, 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 up, down, up. It's a roller coaster. We want real estate. We don't want to have to, my heart is not beating when the stock market goes down. My heart's not, pumping so fast that I'm like, oh no, what's going to happen? My real estate's doing just fine. And so I wanted to find a way to make it as affordable as possible for you to get started. So number one, get your first investment. Number two, get $10,000 to start investing. Number three, get your foundations and understanding in the real estate market and how to invest in real estate. Number three, how to invest out of state. I already also have the Ultimate Real Estate Investing System that has helped hundreds and hundreds of people to buy and invest in real estate. And I also have the Advanced Investor course. So this is everything that I'm putting together, but I'm trying to make it as affordable for you as possible. So be on the lookout for another special episode this week. I'm putting out a ton of special episodes just because of how crazy things are going. I just wanted to hopefully help you to ease down and realize that everything's going to be okay. This will blow over, but be at the same time, be ready, be on the lookout. And so what I'm going to be doing is probably Thursday or Friday of this week, I'm going to be putting out a special episode giving you an opportunity to enter into the membership. And it's going to be I'm going to literally give you a half off code because I'm going to have the set price. I already know what I need to charge for it in order to keep the lights on. I'm going to have a half off code because of you being on this podcast, listening to me for so long. I really, really appreciate you. And I just love how you have, you want to invest, but I want to give you an extra opportunity. I want to help you, instead of having, charging a couple $1,000s, I want to charge you a very, very low price. So you can get everything. You'll literally get all of my 5 courses. You also get the group coaching with me. You also get the membership. You also get the accountability. You'll be in the community of other investors. You're going to get all this for a really, really low monthly fee. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I saw that there was a gap. I saw that I'm leaving, or people are having to be left out because they're not ready. Well, this is absolutely designed to get you ready. Now, watch out for this next episode this next episode, I'm actually super excited. I'm bringing on one of my students who is going to share how he got 3 rental units in just 2, maybe a little over 2 months. He got 3 rental units in that quick of a time. He is crushing it. So be on the lookout for that. He'll tell you exactly how he did it. And all the lessons learned. It's an awesome interview. Also, I also have it on YouTube, so you can definitely watch it on YouTube. Go to masterpassiveincome.com/YouTube to watch that video. Charles is awesome. Really, really love working with him. But also, be on the lookout. I think Thursday, I'm probably going to open it up. You'll be watching for another podcast episode from me on Thursday. I'll open up, but it's only going to be for a week because I can only let in so many people. I want to make sure that it is right. And so I'm working really, really hard getting it up and running for you, but I'm only going to open it up so that all these people that jump in, when we first got started, you're getting a half off, but you're also going to get the group coaching with me. You're going to get all the courses. You're going to get the membership, community, all that great stuff. So be on the lookout. You guys are fantastic. I'm praying for you guys. Just like everything comes and goes, just like all the other viruses come and go. But hey, just be safe out there. You take care of yourselves. I'll be praying for you. And I will see you in the next episode where we talk with Charles. And then watch out for my special episode, giving you the opportunity to get half off into my new membership with the 5 new courses, as well as the community as well. All right, you guys, you take care of yourselves. See ya.